Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Yeah, we start the day normally with a look at the daily time frame. We want to see what the parameters are that matter today, and we want to see which key levels now need to hold to keep the focus on higher prices, at least here on the daily chart, because on the daily chart we're still in an uptrend. On the smaller time frame, as you know, we are likely in a correction, so in a pullback, which means the local trend is down, and we'll double check our resistance parameters, which, spoiler alert, continue to be respected. Now, looking at the daily chart here, the overall idea is we are in a fifth wave to the upside. No change here. The idea is that the fifth wave might be unfolding as an A, B, C structure, as you might remember from previous updates. This ABC structure is likely kind of in the mid stages, so we might be in the B wave, which is always the most difficult part. The B wave is, in this case, a corrective pullback. It would unfold in 3 waves, and the B wave pullback might find support in this region, which is a support area and target area that you also find on the smaller time frame. Already last week, I highlighted that we're likely on our way towards 99,200, so to the 100% extension. So we'll see if we get there over the coming sessions. So there's no change at all at the moment to the wave count, and there's also no change to any level. Okay, so but we'll double check that, and we'll zoom in a little bit further on the smaller time frames. Now, it's important to understand that this B wave, technically, while this is an ideal target area, between $92,830 and $99,227, it becomes even clearer. Oh no, not clearer, but it is technically, this is an ideal target area, but if the price cannot find any support there, then it could still be a B wave. I mean, technically, the B wave has room all the way down to $81,350. It's a 78.6 retracement. This is generally, let's say, the last relevant support level for a B wave. And any break below it would open the door to a much greater correction and would mean that probably this B wave here is not really a B wave, but it's a much larger correction. Basically, it means that we have an uptrend and there's a pivot that helps us distinguish between really an uptrend and a bear market or a much larger correction. And that level is $81,355. So this is my bear bull pivot, you could say, where probabilities start to shift from a bullish into a bearish scenario. I encourage everybody to also check out our videos about the long-term charts, the weekly charts and everything. They are to be found on the MCO Global channel, where we also cover stocks and other asset classes regularly and tutorials, so that you understand that we are really in the late stages of a bull market. So any further upside, I would nearly say, is a bonus at this point, even though I think it would still look best to get that next move up to 130K, and then anything above that is really, truly a bonus. So yeah, but still, obviously, we need to be ready. What is the key level that, if broken, would help us understand that things don't go as planned. And this is 81,355, which means unchanged. I've been highlighting this for a week or so, that we're likely in this B wave pullback. And I always feel bad when not much is happening in the market and the analysis just repeats itself. But it is what it is. Someone said yesterday they are unsubscribing, which is fine, because the information is always the same. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area. So I was like, what? People are either complaining because things are changing, others are complaining because nothing is changing. Well, guys, I only explain market structure and the market really decides what's happening, right? But I help you understand the structure and the pivot. So if the market, let's say if the analysis is good, yeah, then you don't really want many changes, because otherwise you have to change your plans all the time. Okay, so of course I have to recycle content, or not recycle, but I'm just gonna double down on what we already see on the charts if there is no change. And ideally you don't want many changes. So anyway, just to help you understand that. The idea is currently that we are in a move to the downside here in this B wave. The white count, as you know, is still kind of preferred as long as we stay below resistance, right? That's why we have this, hold on, resistance area on the chart. It's been on the chart since mid-end last week. This upper resistance area with 108,822 as 78.6 retracement. Price got rejected there yesterday, and therefore the white count remains alive, okay? And then I shared with you guys, that was late yesterday, which level would need to hold, or let's rather say, what's the first micro support area? And it's here 106,222, which means any break below would already shift probabilities further towards white and indicate that wave B has topped. It's not the full confirmation, but it means that any further upside is becoming a little less likely. So we'll remove that box. Therefore, there isn't really any change, because remember, what are the let's say the aspects of our working assumption? The idea is that we should move towards 99,260. Still on track. The idea is that this rally was and is correct, and the idea was we can use the resistance area to understand whether we are in the white or blue count, but both are a B wave, so both are actually a corrective rally. Okay, so a lot of people got really bullish yesterday, but as I said, to really become bullish, I need to see all 5 waves completed in blue. But that's not going to be enough. I also need a corrective pullback. Like this, yeah. A corrective pullback. So we need 5 waves up and 3 waves down. So I think what we're tracking here currently is further downside. No change to that. And we could now be in wave C of 3. As long as the market now stays below, you could say, yesterday's high at 108,820, the focus would be on this C wave to the downside. There is likely going to be some more support in this region here, where the price bottomed on Friday around 102,900, 103K. Yeah. So this would need to be broken next, but overall, the milestone target or the landmark on this chart is still here, the 100% extension. That hasn't really changed, okay? The only potential would be if the market now breaks above yesterday's high, that we could be working on a wider B wave. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure to follow us on X for additional updates. Some of you might already follow us there. There is additional mindset content. There are news. For example, yesterday we published an update about uranium, in which you find some charts for uranium, something that is not covered here on YouTube, for example. Also from a fundamental point of view, why, for example, uranium could be interesting for investment. So you find additional news articles there, you find additional updates, you find a lot of stuff that you won't find here on YouTube. Certainly not as much as in our gold membership, but it's a great way to communicate. I typically answer to questions there, and you can also let us know which coins or other asset classes you want us to cover on this X channel over the week. So yeah, check it out. Link is in the description. I've also linked it in the comment section. I wish you a great day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.